If you already got kids or a child, when you meet a man, y'all are a package fucking deal. Don't let no man tell you, oh, I'm gonna do this for you, but that ain't my child. Don't he got a daddy? Cut that ass off. Cause you and your child or you and your kids are a fucking package deal. So bitch, you cannot fuck with me if you're not fucking with my kid. And that's just point blank period. So don't deal with that shit. Don't deal with that shit either. Cut his ass off. Yeah, my daughter got a dad, but you fucking on me. You want me to call and talk to you? Bitch, you want my time? You taking time away from my child. So yeah, you gotta do for all of us, bitch. Or cut him off. Cause he half stepping and ain't nobody got that to do.
It is.
Listen.
Right, the innocent child of that parent, not anybody else that's involved. Like, why are we conflating these things that are so simple? I'm sorry.
Preach.
If I date you, I'm dating a person with a kid. Mm-hmm. Now, the difference is I am legally, financially, X, Y, and Z responsible for you if I adopt you. Like, let's not conflate. There's a huge difference between the two. Because if someone adopts your child and you guys divorce, they are still legally responsible for your child until 21.
Right.
That is a hard bag of chips to follow. 21? You're gonna pay child support, college tuition, all this other fucking bullshit until you're 21.
Paperwork.
That is why paperwork is important. If you don't want that responsibility, like let's not like confuse this shit.
Let's
You don't
not
want.
also confuse the flip side. And
What is the flip side?
The flip side is.
But you're not gonna let me finish.
You don't
Okay,
need to,
thanks.
'cause you
But you're
already
not gonna let me
said
finish.
something wrong.
But you don't want to. But you don't want to be interrupted. Do you want to let me speak?
No,
Or you
'cause
don't? I'm just saying. Do
what
you
you
want to
said to
speak?
me was
Do
no.
you want to speak?
No.
But I'm not gonna stop. Do you want to?
No.
Do you want to speak or do you want to let me finish?
All right.
All I'm saying is that let's not conflate. Even as fucking romantic as it sounds, y'all, at the end of the day, a parent is somebody who is legally, financially, morally, everything responsible for a child. Mm-hmm. And paperwork is what makes it official. That is why paperwork.
Sis, never deal with a man that'll come out and tell you that he'll take on you and not your children. There is no you without your children. There is no me without my children. It's a package deal. And for you as a black man to see the need and not want to fulfill it, that lets me know what type of caliber of man that you are. This is a we problem, not just a me problem. Somehow, down the road, these men have gotten so selfish that they think that it's all about them. Ain't nobody that pressed for a dick that I'm going to denounce my own children just to be with you. We talking about the future here. You was once that child that was out here looking for a father. Shit been fucked up since slavery. Our children's fathers been murdered, put in jail, and it's our problem. Because guess what? These are our future murderers, future ex-cons, future don't give a fuck about society. If anything, you would play your part in society and do what you need to do. Do your due diligence as a man to make sure that as many children as you can be saved from all this bullshit out here so that they can be better. That's what your duty is. Not to have your money to yourself and all that other extra shit. But for you to say that shit out your mouth, that lets me know that you ain't shit. You selfish. You ain't deserve no pussy from me. Because ain't no way in hell you gonna have me without my children. Ain't no way that you can love me without loving my children first. Because they are my blessings. And trust and believe you can see the exit.
Ladies and gentlemen, man oh man, do I have a good video for you all that I know you guys gonna like. And this is on behalf of how, after seeing all the previous clips, by the way, all part of the platform TikTok, these are some prime examples, just some prime examples. Fellas, I'm addressing you specifically, and especially all of my fellas that have always wondered what it would be like to date a woman with kids, and specifically on behalf of my fellas that may not have kids of their own. However, you may either have dated women in the past with kids already from previous relationships, or either a previous relationship, that is, and she may have had either her kid, well, all her kids by the same exact guy, which is a rarity nowadays. Anyway, after showing you all the previous clips, fellas, this is a prime example of how conniving women are, specifically women that are single mothers. even women that may have kids that may be divorced. These are some primary examples and perfect examples, fellas, of what you need to take heed to in the dating game, especially on behalf of my brothers that never ever has really been in a relationship, a long-term relationship, and specifically when a woman with kids already. Because women now like to justify how both them and their kids are quote unquote a package deal, usually by conning a lot of us brothers into dating them anyway, only so their kids could be able to have a stepfather, and so they could be able to run that much more game on us by having us support, not only be a stepfather to their kids, but support both them, the woman, first and foremost, usually, and her kids. And some guys are so thirsty, you could say, and so hard up for sex to the extent where guys without kids of their own, to the extent where they will be willing to actually date a woman. Even some will be willing to marry a woman as well. Women, men that have never ever had kids of their very own, just so they could be able. They will. Let me phrase that. They will take the initiative if they may have a job that the woman may find out or may happen to think is not paying enough to support both her and her kids. Some guys will be so foolish and thirsty, you could say, for sex to the extent where they would do all they can to look for a secondary job just to be able to maintain this woman and win favor over with both her and her kids. Because there are women that may come with the line that saying to the extent where if you can't accept my kids, then we don't need to be together, things of that nature. And that's just a prime example of another way women like to run game on us fellas, on us brothers, black women that is. I'm specifically referring to black American women, how they like to run game on us brothers. And it's I want to throw in an analogy as well. It's no different than when you may go to a cell phone store, the local cell phone store, to either buy or upgrade your current cell phone to a much newer cell phone, only to be connived by the salesperson, whether it may be either a man or woman salesperson, after doing the paperwork to either get your very first cell phone or upgrade to a whole new cell phone just to keep up with the Joneses, only for them to want to throw a quote-unquote package deal offer in your face by saying how if you get either a tablet or a speaker with your phone, you could be able to save even that much more once you were to do the cell phone contracts are for the most part irrelevant now anyway. Anytime you were to finance your phone, you could, they may come saying the salesperson usually how you could get either a speaker, a Bluetooth speaker on your cell phone along with a tablet. Or sometimes they may say you could just get either a tablet or a Bluetooth speaker or some other kind of accessory that you really don't need, just to be able to not only con you into being able to, being stuck with a much more higher bill, but they make it sound so good by claiming how you could be able to save less when there's always a catch to it. And it's when it all comes down to it, it's always their part, their main ulterior motive into running game on you. That's no different than how single mothers like to run game on a lot of us brothers, especially when she knows she really has you with her charm and her looks. And Lord forbid, don't let her be one that's fine as all outdoors, as we say down south, and that stick that's when she knows she really has you for sure. Anyway, I have already said a mouthful, and you have already heard it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, after seeing all the clips that I showed at the very beginning of the video. And also for all of my people that may have been following my channel for quite some time, including the ones that have been following my channel since day one when I was looking to have even one subscriber, you already know the routine. However, for all of my brand new people that are just hearing about my channel, may have somehow found out about my channel on your home page of YouTube, on behalf of your feed, make sure you first and foremost like the video, you share, you comment on it, last but not least, you subscribe to the channel. And when you do click on the subscribe button, make sure you pick to be notified of all my upcoming content and videos. So once again, folks, to all my newbies out there, make sure when you subscribe to my channel, you pick to be notified of all of my upcoming content. Until next time, you guys have a good one.